now, and I get to read your comments and your response to that poll during the course of this program. So at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us for both Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Now, this is my question. Now, do you think that the inflation has affected the cordiality between business owners and, their customers? Let me repeat that. Do you think the inflation has affected the way businessmen and women, interact with their customers, with their clients? Now, over the past few weeks, if not months, right? I've been, like I said, it's been occurring, but I've just been putting it at the back of my head, not taking anything into cognizance. But yesterday, it hit me like a bullet. So you see, remember I said I bought Bole and Fish yesterday, right? Great. Now, just before I was buying, right? I was on the phone texting. I was walking. I was like, okay, a bit of a bad spot, so let me wait. When we got past it, as I walked towards the Bole vendor, right? Someone was there before I was, all right? And the person got there and said, madam, how much be this thing? The woman said, Bole, 200 naira. Fish, 800 naira. That small fish is 300 naira. Yam is 50 naira. And the boy said, madam, how this small fish go be 300 naira? Madam, you know they fear God? Now, I don't know if he was saying this as a joke or if he was really vexed or if he was surprised. The next thing that came out from the woman's mouth, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be mentioned on air. She basically insulted him back to his 5th generation. The yesterday, sister, do this, do that. And then at that moment, I started to remember almost every interaction I've had in the past few months, either at the market, even superstores. Some people come in, right? I was at a superstore a while ago. Some people came in and the price is too expensive. It's cheaper in this other place. And then I don't know if it's the owner of the store or just the storekeeper or the what do you call them? The cashier at the point, right? On that day rather. And the person says, "Oh, guy, if you don't get money, get out." I was flummoxed. I was like, "What? This is a prospective client." It's not just stopping there. On Sunday, was this Sunday or Saturday? We got into a taxi, all right? And we got past Alakaya Junction. And then, when people are moving along the road and they're maybe take a taxi, so flag taxi I was in, right? And the man stopped, and the person said, "Oh, I'm going to Alakaya." Now, I'm going to Choba. Now, Choba to Alakaya, right? There's a bit of a variation in distance. Now, if you stop before where they call Assemblies of God Church, right? If you stop before that point, right, you are probably going to pay about 150 naira now. And so this person, apparently maybe was a student, said, from here to Choba, 100 naira with the pay. And then, very surprisingly, the driver let out an expletive. A vulgar one by that. And I looked at the man, I was like, but you wanted to collect this man's money a few moments ago. And the driver said, get sense, and zoomed off. The prospective passenger who was standing was raining insults as the driver was going. And my mind was laughing. So in the past few months, even in the market where I buy pepper and tomatoes, and particularly, I don't know why it happens like this, but particularly when you are buying meat, where they drag you, hey bros, buy. You know how it is. After a while, they try to serenade you. Okay, haggle. And then on that particular day, yes, they will call you, but some people were exchanging words in the market. Madam, don't near me. You know how much I can take. If you don't get money, go chop bone for house. I know there's an inflation, but if I'm not mistaken, the job of every businessman or woman is to try to make as much profit as possible. And part of that profit-making machine is being friendly to your clients. So, this morning, I'm asking, do you think the inflation has affected the cordiality that's meant to exist between businessmen and women and their clients.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Now, hello Port Harcourt with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
So 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. On X, that's Twitter, by the way, we have a poll up. I expect the poll should be up by now, and we want to get you to engage with us this morning. Yes, no, you're indifferent. Nothing really much has happened. Let's find out from you. Do you think this, in quotes, inflation has made people a bit rude and unruly towards their customers or even to their prospective business consultants? That's what the question I'm asking this morning. Because if you had asked me on Sunday morning, right, if I would ever get to hear a bola and fish woman, right, insult someone to their fifth generation because the person said that the price of the fish she's selling is too expensive, I'd have probably laughed, maybe even mocked you. Well, let's find out from our first caller. Kennedy's on the line. Kennedy's calling us from Pipeline Road.
Mr. Jude, good morning.
Good morning, Kennedy.
See, you know what? Every time I get to listen to you, there is just no way you stop making me laugh. That's the truth.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, look. Let us look at this. First of all, to answer the question very bluntly, no, it shouldn't. Inflation or no inflation, it shouldn't make us stop being human. Whether inflation or no human, the very first fact is we are human. And at just about every instance, we want to relate with ourselves as human. Now, take for example, do you even know, have you ever sat down to do some little bit of thinking and see that those who sell are not losing anything? Does it surprise you what I just said? I'll give you the analysis. Does it surprise you?
No, listen to you.
Good. Because the truth is the buyers are the ones buyers are actually the ones who are supposed to be, if at all, raining out insult at sellers and being disrespectful to sellers. Because the truth is this. If the seller before now buys, let's take the woman for example. She buys a bunch of big plantain for 5,000 naira before now. By the time she picks up that plantain to want to sell it in big, she wants to make sure she adds a commensurate profit that she wants to call profit to each one she sells, right or wrong? But the buyer, his salary is still static. His employer did not say, okay, there is an inflation now. I was paying you 50,000 naira monthly before, let me increase it to 60,000 naira. No. So at every given moment, the seller is still making his profit. Now let us take the taxi man. The taxi man before now was buying his fuel for 150, 200 at best. Now 640,000 naira. 640 naira. And he buys the fuel. Whatever he's going to be charging per distance must be commensurate because he has added whatever it is he wants to see as profit on any short distance every passenger takes.
Fair
right
enough.
Or wrong?
Fair enough. So
who should be getting angry here? Is it the seller who is it the seller doing the bid or the buyer? Or let's say the
customer, the client, the passenger, whatever you want to call it.
Exactly. Because the seller, one way or the other, adds his profit no matter what. And the buyer must buy with his salary remaining static. So the essence is, but it will surprise you, Mr. Jude, but even in the face of what is going on, you will be amazed if you get to bump into some sellers. You will be, in short, by the time they finish with you, you will be wondering, what? Are you serious? Is this person actually among... It will be laughter and jokes from the start till the end. Even if they want to explain to you the reason why their prices have spent from whatever it used to be to now, it will be laughter and joke from the start to the end. You will feel so transported, you will be surprised.
Well, the
Bottom line is this.
young man wasn't happy yesterday.
The bottom line is this. If we are not humans, we are not humans. If we are humans, we are humans. Inflation or otherwise. Thank you very much, my brother.
All right, can I say we're human, deflation or no inflation? Well, the young man left. He didn't buy the bullet. In fact, as I got there, all right, and I was watching, he said, I cannot stand to wait any longer. And off he waits, and that's how he left. Well, like I said, he got insulted, and his generation heard it.
Big Boo Rice.
but you get the drift. All right, fine. All right, the little blue tick app. All right, we good? Fine. Moving on. So we have a poll up. The question is the current inflation making business owners and customers to be less friendly to one another? That's the question. Do you think with the rising costs, food, transportation, health, you name it, people, is biting everybody? But my first caller, Kennedy, says, well, we should be human first and foremost. It really shouldn't be at this point. But I don't know. We're getting to see more and more situations where people are antagonistic when they're in that business space. Ideally, it shouldn't be so. Remember that line? The customer is king. Remember that line? Yes. The customer is king. Some people are not quite seeing it that way. Like I said, over the past few weeks and months, it's just been occurring in my subconsciousness, but I've not been paying too much attention to it until yesterday. Yesterday was the aha moment. Yesterday was, we've gotten to this point, or are we? Maybe these are isolated incidences that I've been experiencing. Who knows? But by and large, I want to find out from you. So if you have a shop, if you are a trader or a small supermarket, or you have one of those really big ones that would like to go and window shop, all right, please call in, tell us, have you been experiencing some form of anger from your clients, from your customers when they come in? Do they complain? Do they yell? Do they storm out? Or do you have confrontations these days? We want to find out from you. Please, when you call in, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it or hear. Do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. And very importantly, do not make inciting statements.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
So 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 08179230002, 08179230007. Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on those platforms. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on those platforms. All right, so let's start with Facebook quickly before I get to read your comments on WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a barrage. Let's get to read just this one message here. All right, hello, Drew. Good morning. I think it's a personal thing. Some people just tend to be mannerless or transfer frustration. Some aren't like that. Why insult someone in the name of negotiating price? Joel Lewis with that comment. This one here says, Jude, some of these customers can be very rude. They act like they are not in the same country, feeling the same pain everybody's feeling. Why would somebody come to the market and he knows that something that was priced at 1,000 before is now retailing for 1,500, yet he will insist that is the 1,000 he wants to pay for? Is that person not roving? I don't know. Maybe he's just trying his luck. It's not bargaining. Stephen is in Romo Krushi. Stephen, good morning to you. Hello.
Good morning, Jude.
Hi, good morning, Stephen.
Good morning.
Yes, go on, Stephen. Yes.
I heard the question.
Yeah, talk to us.
I hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. It's not about being human or not being human. Okay. We are talking about people that have got into the elastic limit and they can no longer keep again. So at this point, everybody wants to do everything on their own. I don't know if you understand me.
Yeah, I'm listening to you. Yeah.
Like they want to do everything at least to keep their business intact. Okay. So it is about losing customers. They don't even care anymore. They don't even know where they are losing or they are not losing. All they want to know is that it's either you are coming to buy or you're not coming to buy. They don't care.
They just want to know if you are coming to buy. Yeah.
You can understand.
Yeah, I can understand that narrative, Stephen. No, people just want to make sure that, hey, we get some money. But let me say this: how do you, as a business, right, not prioritize customer care? I think you will make money. Even in the markets. Look, I'll be very honest. There are only 2 women, right, in the Chuba market area that I buy pepper from. Only 2. And I've been doing that for the past, 4 years now, right? Only 2 women. If one is not around, it's the person who sits beside her that I buy from. If these 2 are not there, there's a very high probability that I probably won't buy pepper that day. I'll probably maybe buy just along the road close to my house or something. But if I come to the market and 95% of the time, at least one of these women will be there for me to buy my pepper, my okra, and my tomatoes, right? End of story. Now, the reason why I buy from these particular women, these 2, is that on several occasions, right, I'll come to the market and I'll give them, let's say I give them 1,000 naira, okay, and they don't have change. These women, in fact, the one that I buy pepper from the more, right, would give me back money and say, brother, next time when you come back, I bring you money, I'm not get this change. And I would insist. This was before people were using transfers. I would insist, no, let me transfer. I say, my bank get issue. No, when you go come market, should not be next week, because I usually go to the market once a week or once every fortnight. And when next you come market now, you'll give me. And so even when, you know how it is when you come to the market and people are saying, bros, buy. My mind is already zeroed. I know where I'm going to. So would I expect her to treat me rudely now? Isn't it this time when things are a bit tighter that people should be friendlier? I don't know. I don't know. Kennedy, interesting. Kennedy is back from Pipeline. Kennedy, good morning.
Yes, Mr. J. Good morning. Good morning. Look, you really must excuse my laughing. You really must. I appeal to you to please excuse my laughing.
No problem.
The topic of the discussion today is so interesting, also inviting, and the morning is kind of free for me. Allow me to digress a little bit, if I am permitted. If I am not, I please apologize.
Okay, it depends where
the last caller actually said it's not about being human. Then what is it about then?
Hey, he says it's about the Naira and Kobo. At the end of the day,
No.
people are frustrated.
If you remember, Mr. Dude, I made an instance that the seller invariably have not much to lose. Because whatever they buy from wherever they go to buy, even if they used to buy it from there 500 and then they end up buying it from there 1,000, they are adding whatever they are to that 1,000
to the buyer.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So it depends. So if people should be grumbling, because actually the buyer, the one who works in an office whose salary is static for months or years, whether there is deflation or no deflation. But if you notice, none of us who buy don't actually go by this aggression. There's this joke I always make when I go to the market. Okay, the madam will say, okay, this thing is 5,000 naira. Say, madam, 5,000 naira. He will say, no, I'll divide it by 2. She will frown. I say, madam, but you call 5,000 naira now. I know frown now. Why I can't tell you how much I want to pay you the frown? You could simply tell me, say you don't want to sell now. I just make this joke. And oftentimes, I kind of keep their wings. And from there on, until the end of the transaction, it is laughter and joke. And the truth, if you call 1,000 naira to sell, and I tell you no 500, must you sell to me? You tell me, okay, sorry, I'm not going to sell. So it is all about being human first. That is the essence of it. And we should learn how much And also important is to transfer whatever it is. We all have our issues in our home.
Yeah, we have our drama. Yeah.
Advice before you come into the public space, leave it at home.
But Kennedy, that's a very difficult thing. I totally understand.
It is difficult. It is difficult because we have not seen the important in it. If we see the important in it, we will learn it. Because the truth is, if you bring those things from the house to the public space, you end up making enemies. And just maybe too, you end up fighting.
And
there are some people,
they have fought. I was getting
there. If you're giving it to them, they're giving it to you.
Yeah.
And if without that, it first will just be fighting the open space. They don't care. So if we don't know how to live whatever it is we have that our issue at home, we should learn it. It is very, very important. If you try to bring it into the public space where you operate, you're just going to end up making enemies upon enemies and just end up fighting in the process. So once again, I repeat, it is first learning how to be human, no matter the circumstance. It is something happened, if I may, please. Something happened.
Okay, I'll give you a minute, please.
I was watching CNN, and I was looking at Gaza, the injured, and then the injured having to comment. There was this particular fairly elderly man with injuries and blood. He was actually speaking to the journalist and laughing.
Oh, wow.
The journalist just couldn't stop and answer, why are you laughing? He said, why shouldn't I laugh? At least I am alive. How about those that are dead? I felt chilled. I felt chilled. He was laughing with injuries and blood. But the journalist now asked, why are you laughing? Look at you with injuries. The simple response is, why shouldn't I laugh? I am alive. How about those who are not alive? This is all the essence of life.
Okay.
Tell me, if that's somebody in a situation, if he hasn't learned how to be human first, do you think he's going to laugh? He might not even allow himself to speak to the journalist, let alone.
Yeah, because he'll be shocked.
Busting out at the journalist. You see me in blood and you're coming to ask me questions? But no.
All right, Kennedy.
He first was human.
All right, thank you very much, Kennedy. We have to take a call now. Joshua is in Oyigbo. Joshua, good morning to you, please.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Yeah, see, what the issue it all depends on the personality. I am a businessman as well.
Yes.
So most time, customer will come and, when they want to patronize you, then maybe what they were buying for 100 now before, you now tell them 200. They will be very, very annoying. For me, as a person, it's for me to use a kind of a sense of humor, make it fun, that, so that we really shake it with it. You understand? Instead of now bashing the person or saying harsh words on the person, it's not the best. Because the way you are feeling, that's the way they're also feeling. Because me, myself, I feel bad when I go to the market at the price increase, So, but that doesn't mean that I should not transfer the hanger to my customers because they are the kings, in quotes. Because sometimes they'll be very angry. They'll get furious about, no, it's so expensive. It's like this and that. You just calm them down with words of funny words like, Madam, you need to get a day on board. You understand? That's the way the country is. But that started shouting at them or stuff like that. No, I won't do that. Because you shout at them, you are making matters worse. So instead of me to calm them down, for them to persuade them to buy the stuff, trying to make them understand why it is like that because of the economic situation. It's better than start, blaming it on the person. Because I will accept someone to make it on me because I price the market. If my market is 1,000, I price 100 there. I'll just tell you, Madam, rich. Price don't change. You understand? Instead of now saying, get out if you don't get money. No, I won't do that. Okay. And also, some people who says that the people that are selling, they start a chance to benefit more. I would say because most of them, they may be businessmen and women. That's why they will say that. In the sense that, now, you bought something that 1,000, you are selling for 1,200. Then you now go to the market, and now that thing you bought that was selling for 1,200 is now 1,500. So how will you you got to seek money from elsewhere to add to that some same business to buy that same quantity. Then inflation is adding on daily basis. If you keep on doing like that, saying that you benefit, because from that business you have to pay your shop rent, pay your house rent, feed from it, crop yourself, and other things. So price keep on increasing. We as business people, it pays us the more. Because it's just
but Joshua, you do understand narrative that yes, you too, you're being affected by the inflation. All right, you don't have everything. You have to buy maybe bola and fish, because I don't think you sell bola and fish. But the point is, no matter what it is that you sell, you would have to mark up your price. You add a little bit here, add a little bit there, to sell, right? But no matter what you do, the person who's buying from you, Joshua, must buy if he needs it. And the person has the right to complain.
Yes. The person will complain. That is normal. You see, this business is sweeter when you have money. People benefiting this inflation rate are people who have money, like people who have stocks. Like there are things I will buy and maybe buy today, and tomorrow the thing increase. That's if I have that stock, like I have it in stock, that is why I benefit from inflation. But it's very painful when you don't have those stocks in stock. That is when it's very painful. But if I bought some today at XYZ amount, maybe I could always add some money, then I have them in abundance. You understand? That is why I benefit it. But a business that is struggling to be a new business, it's very difficult because you need to start seeking for money elsewhere to buy that same thing, or else you won't be able to buy the same quantity you bought the last time you go to the market. Which is not the business. You look as if the thing is going down the more instead of you to be going up as a business person. Because as far as I'm concerned, every businessman wants to maximize profit.
True.
You understand? So the market for now is just two ways. The rich are just getting richer because this inflation is really helping a lot of people, especially the rich. Those ones that have stocks. I know what I'm saying. There are people you go to their warehouse. They have those prices that don't increase the following day. They have like 1,000 cartons. You just imagine the volume of that profit.
Yeah, but you see, but Joshua, but even at that, right? Even when they make the profit, if they're going to replenish their stock, they will buy at the new price, so it will still affect them.
Yeah, yes, they the new price. But for them, it's kind of because for example, now I'm for 1,000 naira. I'm selling for 1,200. You understand? So now I'm to buy it 1,500 in my next market. So what I'm going to do is I'll start selling for 1,700. You understand? Start making my 200 profit. So when I'm done with that stock, I'll still go back to buy for that 1,500. Right? So that level of time I have that stock till when I will be done selling that stock, you see the profit margin I've made. Even though I'm going to buy it for that same amount, but at least you have made that profit in advance. Instead of seeking money for the restaurant when you're just selling for 1,200 and buy for 1,500, you have made extra money to even buy the same stock without affecting you.
And who's paying? But who's paying? The customer. The customer is still paying. All right, on Facebook, it's interesting, the people who are engaging me this morning, a lot of business people. All right, on Facebook, at Nigeria Info PH, CD Jerry says, the inflation has really affected businesses, and the increase in prices of commodities has really affected the customer relationship with clients. Some of the business owners who gave out goods to customers to sell and return the money find it difficult to get their money back. Some due to low sales, which makes the demand less. The government really needs to find a solution to the economic breakdown, which is really affecting all sectors in this country. Ato Ephraim says, many know how things are difficult, and most times the business owners and customers understand each other. Fair enough. This one here says, hi, good morning. I've said this and I'll say it again. Nigerians are the problems of Nigeria. How does someone justify increasing something by nearly 200% just because fuel increased from 590 to 610 naira? That 30 naira difference, is it enough for him to go and increase his goods from 150 naira to 300 naira? Jude. This is the problem that we have. Why won't people be angry when they come and meet taxi drivers who habitually increase rates whenever there's a bit of a scarcity? How would they not be angry when they go to the market and the woman at the shop is giving them smaller amounts of pepper because she claims she spent more money? It is so unfair. Nigerians are the problem of Nigerians. Easy. Nigerians are the problem of Nigerians. Well, that's his aspect. But, like Joshua from Oigbo said, it's not the marketer's fault. It's not the trader's fault. There has to be a buffer. They can't be in business just to make you happy whilst they themselves are happy. They go to the market too. They have to buy oil. The man who sells rice may not sell oil. The man who sells rice and oil may not sell pepper. The man who sells rice, oil, and pepper may not sell beans. The man who sells rice, beans, oil, and pepper may not sell gas. So we are all dependent on each other. And so it's like they'll say when we're in secondary school, hand go touch everybody. It must hit you. You must get a taste of it, man. Get a taste of it. 017-923-0003 017-923-0007 0817923-0003 0817923-0007. Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on those platforms. Now let's get to X. We had the poll up. Let me quickly read the results so far on that poll. All right, at Nigeria Info PH at Nigeria Info PH. Now we asked the question for the poll: is the current inflation making business owners and customers to be less friendly to one another? Do you think it's happening? Now, so far, 75% of the respondents is in the affirmative. They believe yes. They are saying yes. This current inflation is making business owners and customers be at loggerheads. And then 15% say no. Only 10% say they are indifferent. Interesting. It's a small sample size, by the way. 75% say yes, that this current inflation is making business owners and customers to be less friendly towards one another. And 15% say no, whilst 10% say indifferent. 10% of those who have responded are indifferent. All right, they just. Michael Edwin Uke on X says animosity thrives on an empty stomach. Ooh. When the buyer is angry, the seller is angry, the conversation can only be frosty. Inflation created the anger. This might just be my comment of the morning so far, if not for the day. Let me read that. Once again, Michael Edwin, okay, thank you very much. That's a very interesting comment on X. Let me read it just in case you didn't catch it. All right, he says, animosity thrives on an empty stomach. When the buyer is angry, the seller is angry, the conversation can only be frosty. That means it's cold, it's unwelcoming. The inflation created the anger. Let me quickly get onto this young man's or this person's page right now. It's a very interesting analogy. People are hungry. Oh, remember what's that? Oh, how does it go? A hungry man, rather, if I say an hungry man. A hungry man is an angry man. How many of you heard that? We used to be told us a lot when we were younger. A hungry man is an angry man. Animosity thrives on an empty stomach. All right. Messages here. This one here says, good morning. I think I agree with the caller who says people need to learn how to control their emotions when they step outside. Everybody is feeling the bite. Everybody is going through the same. Even if you have more money than the next person, the amount that you used to buy is definitely reduced. You're going to be spending more just to buy the basic things you had been doing for months in the past. So everybody should be respectful. If you come out and the price is much higher than you used to know, just ask 2-3 other persons. If the price seems to be the same, buy what you can. Don't throw your anger at the trader. It's not your problem. Your problem is the government. Go and throw your anger at the government. Michael. The problem is the government. Throw your anger at the government. But maybe that's going to be another conversation for another day, because I don't think the government alone is to be blamed. Like someone said, Nigerians are the problem of Nigeria. Yes, some of you are. My name is Jude. Hello Port Harcourt returns. We'll have a bit of a power update in the next few minutes. Then 11 o'clock, I beg to differ debate comes up. Yesterday was hot. Can't wait to see what today portends for us. Good morning.